This is a quick video about my experience repairing a Chauvet Hurricane bubble hazer. These are the before and after videos I took of the bubble output of the machine. Before it was very weak and just didn't seem adequate for a machine of this price. And now I don't know if the performance of my machine reflects that of every unit sold, but the information in this video may help you to adjust the bubble production to increase its output, and some of the other settings that you don't normally have access to. Now originally this unit was brought to me because it was not producing bubbles at all. The main board had a damaged transistor that controlled the bubble juice pump, but there could be a number of other issues that cause this machine to just stop producing bubbles or have weak output, and I really won't be going over that in much detail. One of the things you will notice from this video is that in the before videos, it was just a very weak, kind of sporadic bubble output, and when this was running with Haze, the effect was still present of actually encapsulating the haze in the bubbles, but it was very limited on how much it actually generated. And in the after, you can see I would say it's more than doubled or tripled the amount of bubble production. When you power on the machine, hold down the enter button until the letter C shows up. This shows the current temperature of the hazer heater, and then you can scroll through the other settings by clicking on the menu button. I believe that H and L relate to the high and low temperature settings of the heater, and I did not touch these settings because my haze functionality was working just fine. P may relate to the hazer pump motor, but again, I did not adjust these settings. F, D, and R are the settings that we are most interested in for this video. F adjusts the bubble fan that blows air through the automatic bubble wand. D is the speed of the juice wiper, and R is the fluid flow rate of the bubble juice pump. Before I go any further with my explanation, I highly recommend you write down the settings that are currently shown on your machine for each variable. I had to mess with these settings a bit to get the flow just right, but what I recommend is first turning the juice flow up to see if it impacts the production. Next, try decreasing the speed of the bubble fan, and then the wiper. For this machine, all three of these settings needed to be adjusted. The juice pump was not drawing enough liquid into the automatic wand. The fan was blowing too much air, which caused the bubbles to pop before leaving the wand, and the wiper was disrupting the continuous formation of new bubbles prematurely, sort of getting in the way of new bubbles too early by wiping too fast. You will likely need to adjust these settings higher and lower until you find the limits of what produces the best amount of bubbles, a sort of sweet spot for each variable. You can try the settings I have shown in this video, but I don't know if they will work for other machines as well. This is just what seemed to work for mine. And I do not recommend adjusting the hazer heat and pump settings unless you are experiencing issues with the production of haze from this unit. And be sure that the machine isn't clogged or have like a faulty haze juice pump before adjusting these settings. You don't want to like overheat or set the heater too low and then it just starts spitting out liquid.